These tutorials went really wrong. What this guy did with an ear of corn is unbelievable. This was supposed to be a fun challenge tutorial, but I think this guy didn't know what he was doing because he ended the video without his teeth. For those who don't know, this challenge was created to see who can eat an ear of corn the fastest. And at some point, someone thought it would be genius to use a drill to speed up the process. But that was a terrible idea. And this woman found that out in the worst way possible. She thought it would be fun to try her luck with this crazy challenge and called a friend to help hold the drill. But it seems they had no clue how it works, because in just a few seconds, she lost a huge chunk of hair. The pain was so intense that she had to go to the hospital just to make sure the incident didn't cause any serious issues. But nothing compares to this woman who made the worst mistake of her life while doing a tutorial. Her name is Alexis, and after seeing several women gaining millions of views with tutorials online, she decided to do the same. The only problem was that she ended up doing it in the worst way possible. She was so excited about the video that she got distracted, and instead of applying the wax in sections, she ended up covering her entire face with the product. Anyone who has done waxing knows that hot wax needs to be applied carefully, but unfortunately, Alexis completely ignored that and ended up paying the price. As soon as she tried to remove the wax, she started to feel unbearable pain, and her face turned very red. You could tell it was really hurting, and the more she pulled, the more she regretted it. At one point, Alexis even thought about giving up, but since she had come too far, she decided to keep going for the sake of the video, and in the end, she ended up looking like this. Fortunately, she was able to laugh it off despite the pain, so even though the tutorial went wrong, it turned out to be quite funny, resulting in the views she wanted. But this woman did something even worse. In 2018, fake freckles were becoming a trend worldwide, so influencer Naomi John decided to make a tutorial. The problem is that she did it in the craziest way possible, and as you might expect, it all went wrong. Her tutorial was pretty simple. All she did was grab a tube of paint and draw freckles all over her face, but she ended up making a serious mistake right from the start. Since this was a tutorial, you would expect Naomi to know what she was doing, but that wasn't the case. She had never done this before, so she didn't realize that this paint could end up staying on her face forever. Unfortunately for Naomi, she only found out when it was too late, and she had already gone way overboard with the freckles. When things started to go wrong, Naomi panicked and tried to wash her face with water, but the paint didn't budge at all. In the end, she tried to cover up the mistake with concealer and some foundation, but not even the strongest makeup was enough to hide her error.